What is up, guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today. We're going to take a look at the standings and then get into Dover. You guys can see Truex leading the standings, 4 wins already. He's won a quarter of the races this season. We're only 12 in. You see Byron and Blaney with 2, and then Hamlin, Larson, and Reddick all have 1. Everybody else has 0. So with that being said, you guys can see the polls as well. 3 to Byron, 2 to Truex, 2 to Bell, 4 to Hamlin. Looks like 1 to Reddick, so just about the same guys that are winning the races. Not too many wrecks or DNFs this season, so. But yeah, this is the old standings, of course, where I post the 2024 standings. That's how they should be. So here we go. Logano on the pole. You got Bubba up there in 3rd, Briscoe 6th. Okay. Elliott 18th. You got Priest and DiBenedetto 16th and 17th. Allmendinger low 20s. Suarez in the back. Alright. You know, Larson off a little bit. Truex 15th. Like to see the parity here. Alright. Spire struggling. Joey Logano on the pole. He's just inside that playoff cut line. Alright, here we are. You see Joey Logano on the pole. First pole of the season. First time he's showing winning speed. This season, we'll see if that continues. You see Briscoe just outside. I think he's like mid-20s in points, actually. It's been another not great year for Chase Briscoe after an awful year a season ago. Here we come to take the green flag. Logano, Hamlin, Wallace, Bell, Byron. Here we are. 80 lapper for the 3rd week in a row. Charlotte, Richmond, last couple races. Has one of those turn forward. You guys can see 3 wide further in the back already. Logano out to the lead. Hamlin, Wallace, Bell. Briscoe gonna get down in 6th behind Byron. Elliott stuck on the outside, losing some spots. You see DiBenedetto up here inside the top 20. Priest as well, needing some solid runs. Eric Jones is about a 20th place car every week. We'll see if that's consistent enough to get him inside the top 16. Probably not. But Eric Jones right there. Suarez struggling in the standings. High teens, low 20s is where Suarez is at. Kozlowski doing well, though. Top 10 in points. McDowell also doing well, but struggling here recently. See him running high 20s. He's 27th. See what he is coming across the line. He's inside the playoff cut right now. 28th. Nemechek and Custer right here racing. The Hocevar. Meanwhile, out front, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace. Logano won 1 race last season. I believe it was Talladega. So Logano has not won a non-super speedway race. Denny Hamlin, 3 wins a season ago, 1 so far. It was the 2nd race of the year. Rockingham dominated it last year, didn't win it. The guy right behind him, Bubba Wallace, stole it from him. His only win. And then Hamlin dominated it again this year and did win it this year. So Denny Hamlin, pretty good at Rockingham. Can he get by Logano, try and get his 2nd win of the year? Denny Hamlin right there, top 5 in points as well. Truex, though, has just been dominant, but struggling today. Truex dominated this race. Him and Chastain did last year. Chastain won 7 times last year. Not a win so far this year, but he is pretty consistent. He's like 6th or 7th in points, so. Kyle Busch, inside the cut line. Ty Gibbs, top 10 in points. Seen him get loose there off of 2. Bowman's been consistent. He's inside the playoffs right now. Missed the playoffs a season ago. Kyle Larson right behind him. It's been an up and down year for Larson. Larson, again, I think he won 4 times last year. 3 times, 4 times. They were all pretty spaced out, though. He wasn't dominant like Truex and Chastain have been. But Chastain hasn't been this year. Truex, 10 wins, 6 last year, and so far 4 this year. And we're only a quarter into the season, and he's got 4 wins. See Austin Cindric right around that cut line. Running in 14th position right behind Larson. Larson, again, it's been an up and down year for him. He's just finally got up to 5th in points. Elliott's been quiet. He struggled this year. He's just fought his way back inside the cut line. Didn't win last year, but was top 5 in points all year. Hasn't won this year, and he's not top 5 in points. So can the 19 turn it around for Chase Elliott? It's been a struggle. He has yet to win in this series. Matthew Benedetto, for him, it's been a good run. He's outside the top 30 in points. It's been awful for him this year, but you see running inside the top 20. Looks like he's 18th right now. Eric Jones been consistent around 20th all year, running 19th. He's around there in points. Buescher got that lucky win at Darlington, caught the caution. He was already running well, but caught the caution at the right time, found himself in the lead, ended up winning Darlington. He missed the playoffs last season, and looks like he's going to be in them this year for sure. 20th so far here at Dover. And then you see Noah Gragson, Highside Motorsports. That's our car. He is our first car. He's our only driver so far, Noah Gragson, here in the 98 Ford. He's had some good runs this year. He's had some bad runs. He ran top 5 at Daytona, got involved in something, ended up outside the top 30. So that sucked because he'd have another 20 points or so from that Daytona race where he ran top 5, top 10. And since then, it's been up and down. You know, I look at some of the short tracks he struggled at where he runs outside the top 30. But more weeks than not, he is inside 15th to 20th. So he's around 15th to 20th. And right now, he's running 21st. So Noah Gragson trying to at least get close to the cut line. Again, we're not sure how competitive our cars are going to be. He's mid-20s in points right now. I think he's 24th. So we're just trying to get that 98 car a little more competitive, and maybe he can sneak in a win. AJ Allmendinger right behind him. It has been abysmal. He is last in points when it comes to the 36 full-time drivers. And he is like 40 points behind the next guy in line. He has only recently got by Jimmy Johnson, who has only made 2 starts this year. He just passed Jimmy Johnson in points. And Jimmy Johnson made 2 starts. Allmendinger has run outside the top 30. He's been involved in a lot of wrecks. He has had an abysmal start to the season. And we're a quarter of the season in at this point, actually a little more than that. So he's got to start figuring it out, this 16 car. So Allmendinger has been awful. But last couple weeks, he's run mid-20s. Now he's running 22nd, low 20s. So Allmendinger turning it around a little bit. We will see if Allmendinger can continue to turn it around and just try and not be last in points. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin has passed Joey Logano for the lead. Figured we should check in on that as we're almost a quarter of the way into this thing. Denny Hamlin out front. Joey Logano looking for his first win of the season. First career win outside of Talladega last year. Same for Bubba Wallace, looking for his first win outside of Rockingham last year. Christopher Bell, last year's champion, hasn't won yet this year. He's looked good. Looked good at Charlotte. He's looked good at, but then he blew an engine at Charlotte. Last 2 weeks, actually, something to note. We had Christopher Bell blow an engine at Charlotte, and we had Tyler Reddick a week later blow an engine. Both Toyotas, both of which were piston issues. So we will see if that continues. They just blew up on the track, came down pit road, and they were done. Bell and Reddick the last 2 weeks. So we'll see if that continues. Bell, a 3-time winner from last year, champion. We'll see if he continues that streak. William Byron right here. Also, I believe, 3-time winner from last year. We know how abysmal the playoffs went for the Hendrick cars. I mean, they had Bowman missing the playoffs, and then all 3 of their drivers easily should have got out of the round of 16. Elliott had bad luck, eliminated. All right, well, Byron and Larson, championship contenders. They should both get to the round of 8 at least. Byron had issues, eliminated in the round of 12. I mean, Elliott was a massive surprise, then Byron, and then you had Larson, who went into the final race in the round of 8, plus a lot, had issues, and was eliminated. And he went on to win the final race of the season at Phoenix. So, Kyle Larson, talk about an abysmal season last year for Hendrick Motorsports. Larson 4 wins, Byron 3, and then Elliott didn't win, but was top 5 in points all year, and then Bowman struggled. But, yeah, no cars in the championship for Hendricks last year. Chase Briscoe, he was the king of DNFs. I want to say he DNF'd the most last year, him and Harrison Burton. He DNF'd, what was it, 9 times last year? And I think 7 of them were in the first 11 races or something like that. So Briscoe, just glad to be finishing races this year. He's mid-20s in points, running 6th. This is his best run of the season by far. So good to see Briscoe turning it around here. Ty Gibbs has been consistent, top 10 in points. He's running 7th right now. Hasn't won yet. Ryan Blaney turned it on late last year, almost got to the championship 4. He's a 3-time winner from last year. He's got lucky. He hasn't dominated the race. I don't think he's had the best car in any of the races, but he's found himself in victory lane twice this season. So Ryan Blaney on to a good streak here. Ross Chastain, 7-time winner from last year. He's like 6th, 7th, 8th in points. Hasn't won yet. That's not good. Tyler Reddick off a piston issue. He's won 1 race this year. He won 1 race last year. So we will see if Reddick can find himself back in victory lane, get more than 1 win in a season. Kyle Busch, 1 win last year, came at Bristol, hasn't won yet this year. He's right above that cut line. We'll see if Kyle Busch can continue. And then we talked about all these guys. Keselowski, top 10 in points, 1 win last year. I think it came at Texas, where Christopher Bell pitted, coming to the white flag. Keselowski won that race. Zane Smith has been an up-and-down year for him. He's had runs where he's low 20s. Right now it looks like he's 24th, and then he's had runs outside the top 30. Daniel Suarez as well, runs in the teens. He's right around the playoff picture, and then he's got weeks where he runs 25th, like right now. It's been a bad year for Todd Gilliland. It's been a pretty decent start to the year for Barry, but he's recently started to fall in the standings. McDowell's had a great start to the year. He was in top 10 in points for most of the season. He's fallen to about 14th, 15th in points. Still inside the playoff cut line, but running 28th. Battling for 27th. Not going to help. Nemechek right behind him. He's run at least the first 8 races or so. Every week he was 15th. Somewhere around there. Last couple weeks he's not run as good, and he's fallen outside the top 20 in points. Hocevar, Custer, Haley. Haley's had a good year. For Rick Ware, I think he's 28th in points. It's been a good year for Haley. Austin Dillon, I think he's mid-20s in points. Not much to talk about. LaJoy struggled this year. Stenhouse is high 20s. Hemrick, he might even be as far as 30th now. Running last. Hamlin, though, putting a gap on Joey Logano, who has a gap on Bubba, who has a gap on Bell, who has Byron all over him. And then Briscoe has Gibbs and Blaney all over him. Chastain, Reddick, everybody pretty gapped out here. Larson all over Bowman. Elliott, Truex really struggling. This is a surprise to see them this low. For sure, Martin Truex. Denny Hamlin looking to pick up that 2nd win of the season. Can he do it? Almost halfway through this thing. 30 of 80. Not sure if we'll see pit stops or lap traffic. 13 seconds back, and they're running low 20s, I'd imagine. Yeah, 22s. So maybe not for lap traffic. It looks like we shouldn't see pits, but yeah, about 2/10 a lap. I'm not sure if they'll get there or not. But yeah, Denny Hamlin leading this one so far. I want to say he's led the most laps this year, and I think it's actually not even close. He's led a lot of laps, just like last year, led a lot of laps. Can't seem to win quite as many races. Only 1/10 that time. Not really gaining a ton on the back half of the field, but Yeah, Priest, DiBenedetto. Breakout runs for them. 16th and 18th. McDowell, 29th. Gilliland is got by Barry, Nemechek, and McDowell. He's up to 26th. Yeah, only one Hendrick car inside the top 10. It's Byron in 5th. That's a surprise. Larson 13th, Bowman 12th, Elliott 17th. That's a surprise. Talk about a breakout performance in Chase Briscoe, running 6th right now. We will be going to commercial break. Here we are, and it does not look like anything has changed. Looking through the running order, Larson's got around Bowman. Nothing has really changed. Yeah, we should see lap traffic. I mean, there's still 35 to go, and they are down to almost 18 seconds back. So I would assume we probably will see some of lap traffic, which these guys struggle on passing the lap traffic, so that could reel Joey Logano in on Hamlin. And if it holds him up enough, Bubba, Bell, Byron could be right there. Blaney is past Ty Gibbs for 7th. Truex, Elliott still struggling. They're going to need something to happen for them to benefit from this race. Stewart Haas as a whole seems to be running better. Briscoe in 6th, Priest in 16th. And then even Gilliland, who's been bad this year, is 26th. So for him, that's not bad. Barry's the only one that's struggling in 27th. He could be doing a little better, but the other 3 are improving from where they typically run. So Briscoe is about where Priest typically is. Priest is about where Gilliland typically is, and Gilliland's typically outside the top 30, and all 3 of them are improving. So at least in this race they are. Denny Hamlin has to be able to see Daniel Hemrick and some other lap cars. Yeah, you can see him up there. You can see he's falling off to a 24-1. From the 22.7 he was running. He seems to have to lift a lot off of 4. 23.9 picked up 2/10 right there. .29 to go here. Denny Hamlin reeling the lap cars in. They're almost 20 seconds back now, so he's definitely gaining on them. And this could be good for Joey Logano to try and retake the lead back. Logano, the pole sitter for today. Denny's got by him and has drove off. Logano, though, has a solid gap on Wallace and Byron and Bell, and that's good. Briscoe has Blaney and Gibbs, Chastain, Busch, Reddick, Larson all over him. Looks like those group of cars, there's, what, 1 second separating all them cars, so they're under a blanket, you can tell that. Right here, Briscoe, Blaney, Gibbs, Chastain, Busch, Reddick, Larson. All under a blanket. Can anybody pass anybody back here? Briscoe a little wide. Can he hold on to that 6th position? Byron all over Wallace. He's passed Christopher Bell for 4th and is now looking on 3rd. Byron looks to be fast. Meanwhile, Logano 2nd. Hamlin pulling away. Keselowski's up to 22nd. He's got by Allmendinger. Denny Hamlin, the car to beat right now. Yeah, 21.6 back. We definitely will see lap traffic. Hemrick is got by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., so Stenhouse will be the first lap car. How far ahead are they still? Oh, you can see them there. They're side by side up there, too. Hamlin having a lift off of 4 for some reason. Stenhouse back by him. You can see him out the front now. They are there. And this is good for Joey Logano, who is falling pretty big. So Bubba and Byron and Bell could actually get to Logano. He's fallen off of Denny a lot. Though everybody is. Denny's moving pretty good. 5 seconds on 3rd place. Denny's dominating this race. We don't typically see that. I mean, 11th place is 10 seconds back. You don't typically see that. Yeah. Well, now that he's got the lap traffic, we will see how much this slows the 11 down. Ken Logano railing back in, coming to 20 to go. And he's got about 3 seconds to gain. And Denny's probably going to gain on this lap yet, so it'll be about 3 seconds. And maybe Denny can get by the lap traffic easy. Haven't really seen that. Alright, yeah, pretty much 3 seconds back. And there he is, all over Stenhouse. So, at this point, Logano should start gaining. His goal should be to get to Denny before the end of the race, but he needs to try and get to him. Because with Denny getting by as many as lap cars as possible, because then Logano has to pass those same guys. How much is he going to gain? If anything, he could lose. He lost. 3 seconds back now. That's not good for Logano. This is looking like it's going to be Denny's if he's not going to gain anything. All over Stenhouse. Logano's got to be gaining. He has got to be gaining. A lot, too. The fact that he lost a 1/4 of a tenth right there. He gained 2/10 back. That's big. But he's underneath Stenhouse. Not going to get it, though. This is big. He got 2/10 right there. A little over 2/10. He needs that every lap to get to Denny. And then past him's another conversation. Hemrick, LaJoie running a little higher. These lap cars get side by side, too. That's not good for Hamlin either. Didn't gain anything that time. That's not good. He gained a little. Not even. 1/2 tenth. Underneath Stenhouse. Stenhouse gonna power off, though. See, that's when Denny probably gonna lose a lot. Probably 2/10. 3/10 right there. Down to 2.5 the gap. And now they're side by side. Denny looking to the outside. Can Denny get him on the outside? Nope, not even going to try. He's losing a lot of time here. Stenhouse lost a ton of time to Hemrick. He's going to lose a lot of time here. I mean, he could lose 6/10 here. 1.7, he lost 8/10. 15 to go, and he lost almost a second right there. Underneath Stenhouse now. He's losing so much time behind these guys. So much time. This could be down close to a second. Second and a half. 1.5. The others are 4+ back. Hamlin's losing so much time. Logano not even in the picture yet, though. 14 coming to 13 to go. Logano's not even in the picture yet. 1.5 back. Was 3 seconds back. He's split that in half in a couple laps. 1.2 back. He's in the picture now. Stenhouse and Hemrick looking to race. Not good for Denny at all. Can Logano get there and steal the win? Is there enough time for Wallace, Byron, and Bell to get there? They're not gaining near as fast as Logano is. They're still 4 seconds back. I don't see them getting there, but 1 second the gap now. Back to Logano. He's in the picture. And I don't think they're going to pit, but I guess it's still a possibility. If I'm correct, it might even be at the very end, too. I hate when that happens, but there he is. He's cleared Stenhouse. That could be the race. Logano's got to get by Stenhouse. We have an issue. Smoke. And we've got another car blowing up. This time it is not a Toyota. Looks to be Cole Custer this week. I don't know why. All of a sudden cars have just started blowing up. We didn't see this last year. Haven't seen it all of this year. 3 weeks in a row now. And the first time it's not a Toyota. Blowing up. And Logano, Stenhouse is back by Denny, and Logano's there. Can Logano pick up that first win and lock himself into the playoffs? He got by Stenhouse again, and now Stenhouse is between them with 10 to go. Perfect case scenario for Denny Hamlin. He's got to get back by Stenhouse, or Stenhouse can get back by Denny. Something's going to have to happen here for Logano to get back by the 11, or get by the 11 at all. Hamlin has led most of the laps today. Logano led early. He's got to get the lead back. Struggling to get by Stenhouse. Stenhouse losing pace with the 11. Lap cars seem to be at a faster pace now. Hamlin not running him down quite as quickly. LaJoie's the next one. Heartbreak for Cole Custer. He already wasn't running great. 4 laps down. He's going to be done. More than likely, it's going to be a piston issue. It's just random at this point. It was Bell, then Reddick. Now it's Cole Custer. Who's going to be next with a piston issue? Or maybe it is something else. And now Hamlin looking on LaJoie. I'd say he's got this one in the bag. 6 to go. No, it is different this week. Camshaft is the issue for Custer. A little different this week. Camshaft. It went from being the piston 2 weeks in a row. Now it's the camshaft for Cole Custer. The engine expiring. Truex has got by Cindric for 14th. Bowman has raced his way up to 10th. Reddick is actually, he's got back around Larson, and Larson, they both have passed Reddick. Reddick's down to 12th. Briscoe has lost 6th. He's to 7th now. Ty Gibbs is up to 6th. 4 to go. I don't see Logano getting by Hamlin here. Not sure what's going on with these issues, but here we are. Denny Hamlin now struggling to get by these lap cars. Logano has not got by Stenhouse. With 3 to go, he's not got by him. Hamlin sideways there. Stenhouse looking to the outside. This could give Logano the inside. Not going to, though. There was an opportunity coming to 2 to go. Can Joey Logano find his way into victory lane, or is this going to be Denny Hamlin's second win of the year? Here we are around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Or off of turn 4. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Can Denny Hamlin do it? Now he's looking underneath LaJoy. No need to push it. Checking up pretty big into the corner here. Logano looking to the outside of Stenhouse. It ain't going to work. Off of turn 4. Denny Hamlin is a 2-time winner this year. Winner at Dover. Dominated this race. He dominated it. Bowman, another top 10. Reddick back by Larson on the white flag. Priest comes home 16th. DiBenedetto 18th. Keselowski passed Noah Gragson on the last lap for 21st and 22nd. Zane Smith by Allmendinger, so Allmendinger gets 24th here at the end. Cole Custer out with a camshaft issue, and that's going to do it for Dover. Pocono Raceway, Michigan and Sonoma, and back to Daytona and then Chicago for the next couple races. So that'll be it. 13 in the books, halfway through the regular season. See you guys till next time.